Alright, we live. Let me get ready to send this over here. I'm not even sure if I can drop this link. I can't. I can't even drop the link. Yeah. I'll just put the link in the bio. Can't even put it in the bio. That sucks. Sucks that we can't put no stories up there. And that phone is charging right now, so I guess not. Oh well. Well, I guess I'm gonna just start this off by saying welcome if you are new here, and thank you for the subscription because it doesn't cost you anything to do any of this. Okay? It doesn't cost you one penny, it doesn't cost you anything to hit the subscribe button because it's free. It is a free subscription. Okay? It's just a part of YouTube's their brand. You know, it's what they came up with. You know, it's not a paid subscription, although that you can now pay to be a subscriber that is a supporter, you know, and you can take that step further. But thank you for the subscribe, and I appreciate it highly. But I'm just gonna take this time to release this energy out and do such. Today is Saturday, October 12th, 2024, Gregorian. You probably will not be able to tune into this live because I am not able to do it within this computer at the moment, or at all on this computer, I should say. But I titled this video Saturday, Day of Purity. Saturday is my days of purity, of cleansing, the day of the pink or the day of the white. I utilize this day of purifying the energy, creating space and whatnot, and cleansing. So earlier this morning, I ate the rest of the filth. I ate pizza. I ate 3 pieces of this pizza, and I knew it wasn't going to do anything beneficial to me, but cure a temporary mood. I am currently going through changes in development. In a way, I feel sad because it's like I put myself into this position, but it's not like I put myself in this position just for me. I put myself in this position for the benefit of others, which is what's crazy. My brother was murdered by the SWAT in 2022 in February. I moved here by April 2022 for the sake of tending attending to my mother. Now, as she gained her strength back, it only did a disservice to me because the energy that was once there before this occurred to my brother, it has returned because it was always there. It was there months prior to this event. It was there. I am thankful for all that I've encountered and all that I have been gifted with. The bad and the good. I am thankful for the bad and the good. I am good. I am thankful for what I deem to be bad, and I am thankful for what I deem to be good. I am thankful for it all. I am thankful for all. So now within this chapter, after I see where I am valued and how I am treated, there's no reason for me to remain in this space amongst said individuals. There's no point, especially when you are getting treated as if it's a privilege, you know, because I didn't have to do any of these things. No one has to do anything. Everyone can die. We can put it that way. Everyone can die. I can die, you can die, she can die, he can die, they can die, we can die. Everyone can die. So what? But when you actually have people that are trying to tend to your emotional and your mental state, that is very, 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 very prominent. That is very meaningful. And to not acknowledge that and to not respect that and to shit on that is terrible. Which then means it's okay then. It shall be okay if you are then to then separate. And as I say, I shall then separate peacefully. I got threatened earlier to be locked out. She grunted at me because I declined ice cream. Ice cream. She's back there right now talking about medication on the phone, chatting, talking about alcohol and medication. Yeah, because you can't take alcohol or medication. What medication are you taking? Now, what alcohol? Why? So she substituted ice cream for the alcohol. I personally care for my health and my well being. Therefore, my diet is based around that. Now, recently, I haven't been eating, as you can hear it within my nasal area. I haven't been eating how I would prefer or require myself to eat, only due to current circumstances and what I am currently overcoming. I am now starting to earn my own legal money. I have now just begun after several months with going without earning, without me actually putting work in. I am in school right now for tech. I am in school. So I'm utilizing this time wisely. I'm thankful for the opportunities that I have been given, and presented with. As I took them, I have taken the opportunities and I have applied myself within these said opportunities that have been taken. So I'm here to say if you are going through certain situations where you are no longer appreciated or you have not been appreciated. Well, if you get the strength and you get the cue to move, do so. And don't look back and separate peacefully if you can do so. Just separate peacefully. And later on, if it is presented or questioned, you let them know why. Because, and no or not, because that's if you're that like that. If you're a person of vulnerability, if you're a person that is of openness, if you're not a person of openness, then we get that. You're gonna be closed off. You don't have to tell anyone anything. You don't have to say anything to anyone. But if they ask, you can do so. So if you do so, well, let it be known. Let it be known why. And don't sugarcoat it. Don't just half ass it. Don't lie. Don't just say this is why. On the crazy road, set it off. Diary of a Mad Black Woman. Look, they never leave her alone. Yeah, she. Yeah, can't read. You get into your own space. Let it be known. Let it be known. Let it be known. Let it be known why it is that you had to separate. Do not just say, oh, you just had to get your own stuff. No, that is not the only reason why. That is a partial reason why. There is more to the reasoning. It is not just because you had to grow up. There's teenagers who have gotten into certain situations. Oh, it's just because I just had to grow. No, it's not just because you had to grow up. It's more to it. That is a fraction of the reasoning behind it. If you're just going to throw out the fraction, don't even utilize it because it's pointless. That's just like what they say with these bottles of juice when they say 0 sugar. But then if you read the ingredients, it says a negligible amount. What does negligible mean? It means there's something there. But they say that it's so pointless that they put 0. But there's something there, right? But you wanted to put negligible in the back where people don't really see it. But that defeats the purpose of this topic. There's multiple situations, there's multiple reasonings behind it. It's the depths behind it. It is not just one solo minuscule thing of, oh yeah, I just have to get my own, getting my own. But no, there's more to it. There is poor treatment. You are not accepted. You are not treated fairly. You are not treated properly. Because we can go there and say life is not fair. Cool. But we can take it further and say, okay, then we weren't treated properly. You are giving while accepting little to none. If you are thankful, be thankful. And let that be known as well of what you are thankful for. Simple as that. But some people just are not going to change no matter what happens. They won't change in certain aspects because we can say they'll change if something happens, something very terrible happens. They may change. And if not, that's a shame. But even with some of those situations happening, there's other aspects that make us up where you just may not change. So, what do I want to start doing from this day forward is helping myself to the utmost top tier level of help and assistance to the point to where I don't have to go through any of these situations ever again. Ever, ever, ever again. This is not something that is to be proud of or to be happy about to an extent. Although that I am happy and I am grateful, I shall say, I am more grateful than happy. I am grateful for the opportunities given. I'm grateful to have been treated poorly throughout my past up to this point. I am grateful for it. I am grateful for those who have shown me grace. I am grateful for those who have treated me uh, properly behind closed doors and in front of my face. I am grateful for both. I am grateful for all. But I am not here to continue living on the side that I started on. This side that I speak of coming from is of famine, is of turmoil, is of poorness, poor mentality, poor physicality, poor energy, filth, disgust. Now I have transitioned over. So there's a part that is lingering, but I am transitioned. I have transitioned. So I am now in a new stage. And many people cannot grasp that. They don't comprehend it and they don't like it. And that's fine because they have remained in a state where they are only near the cusp, but they have not transitioned over. They are near the cusp, but have not transitioned over. They're close enough to transition, but have not transitioned. I actually have crossed over. I made the crossover. I have now crossed. I have acknowledged that. I have acknowledged my past. I know what I have done in the past. I know what I have went through in the past. I know how people have treated me in the past versus how they are starting to treat me and all of that. I know that when I was deemed to be stupid and dumb and retarded and an imbecile and a fucking dumb weirdo, I was treated with the utmost fake love, we shall say. There was more people surrounding. Now there's less. Now there's less. I don't deal with the same individuals anymore, the same types of people, the same types of energy. They're little to none because I just transitioned. I've transitioned. I'm near the cusp, but I am on the other side, leading into the middle and leaning into the majority. Now I'm heading into the side of the majority of the new. I am on the cleanliness now. You can clean your set. You can clean your secondary home and dust it up all you want to. Clean off the dust and stuff. Sweep and mop your floors. But your internal home, your primary home, is filthy. You are a hazard. You are caution. You're a term or a walking. You're a death walking. I am not. I am no longer. I have begun to heal. I have turned to the side of healer instead of killer. Many reside on the side of killer. At that, they are killing self, therefore they kill other for no reason, versus giving a reason to kill and to neutralize something else. Because when you heal, you can neutralize certain things. More power, more dominant. That creates fear amongst those who are inferior. They could be on their side as well, but they are choosing to not put the work in. It is easy to kill yourself, but it is hard to live yourself. It is easy to place life upon yourself rather than placing life upon yourself. It is easy to perform. It is easy to place death upon yourself rather than placing life upon yourself. Life is much more harder, much more energetic. Therefore, it's still light at the end. It's much more hot. Plastic is able to be misused and mishandled, but it's soft, durable, and it's hard in that aspect. But when heat and friction is induced and sharp pains, it can handle it. It is able to be easily pierced, burnt, melted. But it's okay. I am thankful that I was not appreciated throughout my teenage years. I am thankful. I'm thankful for all of it. I'm so thankful for it. But I have to acknowledge what was overriding at the time. And the terrible lifestyle was overriding at the time. That is what overridden everything. So you must know that I am speaking from a place of knowledge. I am knowledgeable of what was going down now because I see more and I am experiencing different feelings, different emotions, different energies, different conversations versus the ones from the past because it was in an abundant amount. I just got to this side. This is new. This is new energy. This is not the same energy. I can tell the difference. I study. I've went back and forth. I now see the patterns. Oh my goodness. This is actual different energy. This is not the same as the past. So I must not treat anything in this zone of the past unless things from the past want to transition over and transition for the greater cause instead of trying to transition for manipulation. But most likely, that will only be a 25% thing, and we will demolish that. Or as my father will say, that will get smashed. We will smash that. So, I am now going to deal with a greater caliber of women, a greater caliber of friends, a greater caliber of love, because I have not yet acquired true love on a romantic level. I haven't, never had it. That's something that I actually, in fact, did not have while growing up. Friendly level, nope, not so much of that either. It was on a 25% level, like we said. The terrible lifestyle overrid everything. It was overriding everything. That was the 75%. Now, the terrible lifestyle is on a 25% level because I have transitioned. That is the lingering effect of crossing over. Because you have a linger, you have what is near the cusp, which is near the split, and then you have what is lingering into the middle. But it is not a key factor, it is minuscule. So now, whatever is the opposite of terrible is the side that we are on. That is now the side where I reside. I came from a side of false energies, false love, which was true lust. The friendships There was only a 25% level of true friendships that were there. That were true loving friendships. The rest were on that 75% terrible life level. Now I am gaining true love on all aspects, true acceptance, true forms of money being brought in, true opportunities without harming me. On a 75% level, 25% level, we already know what that's about because we just came from it and it was just on a 75% level. We know what that 25 is about, but that 25 ain't no factor. It's no longer considered a factor. Now it's on a 25% level and not a factor. It's still something. Oh, it's something. It can do something too. Oh, it can be very impactful depending on the situation. But on average, we'll be able to overcome that with ease because now the energy is of true divinity. I want to get a house back home from my birthing home, as well as I want to acquire homes away, just like we're playing a football or a basketball game, a sports game. You have a home setting and then you have an away setting. So for my home setting, I know what I would like to have in mind. And for my away setting, I am gaining insight of what I would like to have in mind, but I pretty much got it down for what I would like to have in mind for the away setting as well. Because I have gotten the chance and opportunities to get away and experience the getaway. I already know what the home is. I had to get a few games in on the road away from the home. And that's what I am currently doing. So as I do this, I want to let it be known while I am living. My name is Andre Rayshaw Evans Jr. or the second. I am not Andre Locke. My grandfather is Arnold Floyd Evans and Jesse Clemens. I am not a Locke. My grandmother married a Locke. That does not make the rest of her children Locks, as they had their own parents on average. I have Evans blood, not Locks. I am related to the Locks, but I am not of the Locke family. I am of the Evans family. Paternally, maternally, I am of the Clemens due to the paternal side. For the mother, maternal side of the mother, I am a Wells, and then who the Wells come from, leading up to 2 generations ahead of me. My great great grandmother, Estella Jones, married Harry McGee, Mickey Gee, to be exact. So, I want to say my great grandfather will be Elmer Wells, but I have to go do a little fact check with that because I believe Elmer Wells is my grandmother's father. I could be incorrect because there was a sister and a brother that had the name Elmer, which is what's funny. So I'm not too sure if it was the great grandmother that was Elmer or if it was the great grandfather that was Elmer. Either or, whoever is Viola May Wells, aka by marriage Viola May Morgan, whoever is her father, that is who I reside under. So to clear any of that up to anyone who comes across this, if you ever do, if you feel gravitated towards this video and you kept listening, despite what I was speaking about earlier. So as I continue to release what it is that I want to be able to generate money daily, weekly, monthly, yearly, all around the board, consistently, without any hassles, little to no hassles, because nothing is perfect. And there's always going to be a up and a down, and a left and a right, and stagnation for middling purposes. So, since we accept that, I say what I say. So, on a 75% level, I shall be generating monies on a daily level, on a 75% level, and on a 25% time is no generation. But 75% of the time, there's going to be some generation, consistent generation. High probability rate, 75% probability. That I will generate monies in hand and into my account's hands. So earlier we've created a proposition for Andrea Rashad Evans Jr. or Andrea Rashad Locke Jr. There is a proposition created for said individual daily, weekly, monthly, yearly. 4 proposals. The first is where we start, which is going to be the smallest. day by day. The little is the biggest, and it is the start. Everything in the middle is the process. The yearly is the ending, and then there's a cusp, which indicates there's a rollover, and you start it back again. But it's all in the same thing because daily is happening within all of those three categories as well. Their daily plays a role in all of those things. Don't you see? I understand that. I comprehend that highly. Daily is playing a huge role in the weekly schedule. Daily is playing a huge role in the monthly schedule. And daily is playing a huge role in the yearly schedule. So daily is going to be highly prominent. So what do we say? We say we're going to start off small. $900 a day. How about that? Acquire $900 a day. Then we're going to double it. $900 physical cash. I want you, Andre, to make five. No, I want you to make $900 physical liquidated. $900 liquidated in hand to acquire that and to possess it. To not just make it, but to make and possess. Because it is a difference to just make. Acquire 900 in a day. Liquidated. $900 liquidated in a day. Plus $900 digital in your account's hands. So now you have a total of 1,800 or 1,800 for the day. Now we move to weekly schedule. I want you to then begin to acquire $9,000 liquidated cash in your hand, plus $9,000 digitally placed into your account's hands. Now you have 18,000 a month total. Next, the monthly schedule. I want for you, Andre, to acquire $90,000 liquidated, placed into your hands. And then plus $90,000 digitally placed into your account's hands, totaling you out to $180,000 for the month. Next, we roll over to the annual/yearly schedule. Now, for the finale, I want you to work on acquiring $900,000 liquidated cash in your hand, protected. As each category, daily, weekly, monthly, and yearly, shall be protected and guided properly by you and your guides. I want for you to acquire 900,000 $900,000. I want you to acquire $900,000 liquidated cash in your hand, plus $900,000 digitally placed into your account's hands, totaling you out to what? 1.8 million, I shall say, if I'm not incorrect. November 14th on the clock. Yep, 8 million for the year. Sounds reasonable. And I want you to start doing that after this day forward, leading into the year 2025. I want you to start process all of the things that you can do that do not diminish your values, that does not go against your morals, and does not go against your codes, and acquire it without hurting yourself or anyone. That is what I want. I want you to also use duality. So I want you to utilize the energy of never and to utilize the energy of ever or forever. I want you to properly utilize them because you remember what happened when you misused the energy of never. You remember what happened when you were questioned. And now I'm going to ask you for a second time right here, Andre Resha. Have you ever had or made $900 or $1,800 in a day? Second question, have you ever made and or possessed $18,000 in a week. Third question. Have you ever made and or possessed $180,000 in a month? And the fourth question. Have you ever made and or possessed $1,800,000 within a year? And that is what I have. I want you to answer that question, each of those questions, precisely. Remember when you were questioned and you answered, and then you seen results after the fact of the question, and you received results. You remember the outcome. You remember what happened to you after. You remember and acknowledged what took place before that exact moment, don't you? Yes, you do. So I want you to utilize that same energy, but now flip it and utilize it properly because you did not know before, but now you do know. And since you know, you shall know better. You shall know what to do now, right? Okay. Also remember, you're going to have to need, you're going to have to obtain many doubters as well as many people who are going to be rooting for you to succeed because you currently are without those. Therefore, you are in the middle. But I am going to start with that energy of doubt because you remember what happened the last time you have doubted something that impacted your life critically, didn't it? It did. So utilize that energy wisely for your well-being. 11:22 on the clock, Central Time. Be precise. Stay wise. Manipulate the energy precisely and carefully. I hope to see you succeed on your journey, but I doubt that you will ever succeed.